Next we have Mississippi State. Mississippi State, man. Jeff Levy, tough first season. Went winless in the SEC. Went 2-10 and out of conference. Won 2 games at the SEC school. Oh, how
Yeah.
the mighty have fallen. Maybe it was Will Rogers at Mississippi State. That's why they were pretty good. The Will Rogers, the Dak Prescotts, they're just sick for their alma mater. Me, on the other hand, I can care less. But hey, they returned 11 starters, 6 on offense, 5 on defense. They returned Davon Booth, a running back with 152 carries, 759 yards, 5 a carry, and 5 touchdowns. Jordan Mosley, receiver, had 23 catches, 405 yards, 3 touchdowns. Seydou Traore, a tight end with 34 catches, 361 yards, and a touchdown. Isaac Smith, for safety, had 127 total tackles, 46 solos, 3 pass breakups, and a forced fumble. Nick Mitchell, a linebacker, 80 total tackles, 24 solos, 2 pass breakups, and a pick. Brandon Jennings, a linebacker who had 56 total tackles, 10 solos, a sack and a half, and 2 pass breakups. Hunter Washington, a safety who had 55 total tackles, 26 solos, 2 pass breakups, and interception, forced fumble recovery. And Braylon Lanier, a safety who had 53 total tackles, 35 solos, and a pick. Now they do lose Michael Van Buren, their quarterback, 140 at 256, 54.7 completion percentage, 1,886 yards, 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He transferred to LSU for whatever reason, but hey, good luck to you there. Kevin Coleman, junior receiver at 74 total tackles, 74 catches. Why did I just say that? 932 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's transferred to Mizzou. They lost my boy, man. He came from UTEP. Didn't enjoy much success at either school. Kelly Akari, wide receiver at 25 catches, 391 yards, and 2 touchdowns as a Cardinal. Now currently on the Cardinals. He didn't. And when I say success, I mean wins. They didn't win much at UTEP when he was there. They didn't win anything for Mississippi State when he was there. I feel bad for my dog. And they lose Stone Blanton, linebacker currently on the 49ers, 124 tackles, 29 solos, half a sack, 3 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery. Bryce Pollock, a DB that transferred to Texas Tech, 48 total tackles, 24 solos, 7 pass breakups, interception, and forced fumble. And Corey Ellington, a DB who had 53 total tackles, 28 solos, 3 pass breakups, and 3 forced fumbles. Had the 31st overall recruiting class and 18th for transfers. Talk to me about Mississippi State, Joe.
Man, 2-10 record last year. That's the worst record in 36 years, which is crazy. Um, the quarterback Blake, he's RPO quarterback, former Baylor player, but I feel like at times he could be pretty good, but under pressure he's terrible. He has issues. Um, and once again, the defense. They had the worst defense last year in the SEC. They allowed 456 yards a game. That's crazy.
Yep,
That,
125th in total defense.
that's crazy. So, I mean, how much better did they get? You know what I mean? So, I'm not, Mississippi State, Miami, and Kentucky. Let me just say that.
The bad version of Kentucky because it was some good days there. But this is what I say about Mississippi State, right? Quarterback play is everything, and they didn't have it. Blake Shapen, right? You talked about him at Baylor.
Mhm.
He played with Kyron Drones at Baylor. No, I'm not a fan of Kyron Drones. Wasn't a fan of Blake Shapen either. So there's that. Like you said, defensively it was just horrible. They had some
Whew.
pieces defensively, but as a unit, it was pretty bad. They did kind of, try to fight for the Egg Bowl. They put up a really good fight against Ole Miss in the Egg Bowl, came up short, but overall, it's just Jeff Lebby got his hands full, and I don't know if he's equipped to turn this program around. It's just a lot. It's a lot to deal with, and they already don't get the cream of the crop in the SEC. And again, you gotta play everybody. Like I look at I know we ain't get to the schedule yet, but I look. They
Whew.
play Tennessee, they play Texas A&M, they play Florida, they play Texas, they play Mizzou, they play Georgia, Ole Miss. Like Ole Miss every year because of the Egg Bowl. Like this schedule is brutal,
And they
and I
play
don't think
Arizona
they have the
State.
talent. Yeah, and that's out of conference. That was a home to home schedule of Arizona State, and Arizona State is now good. Like then they scheduled it, they weren't. Now they just won the Big 12. They're the Big 12 defending champs. So how much bad luck do you have? Um, they do bring in 2 receiver transfers. They bring in Cam Thompson from Northern Illinois, who I liked. He didn't have much. He didn't have great quarterback play at Northern Illinois. Not gonna have it at Mississippi State. And they bring in Jerron Glover from Michigan State, and I wish him the best. He just kind of got phased out of a pretty good receiving room. Um, Jerron Glover had 192 yards and 2 touchdowns last year. Cam Thompson had 391 yards and 3 touchdowns. And they bring over Fluff Bothwell. This is one of the best transfers I like for Mississippi State. The running back from South Alabama, Gio Lopez left. The OC left and went to Wake Forest. So Fluff Bothwell, he left to Mississippi State. He had 111 carries, 832 yards, 7.5 a carry, 13 touchdowns at South Alabama. Now, like I said, these statistics for Mississippi State, like you brought up, terrible. 78th for total offense, 125th in total defense, 50th in passing, 87th in rushing, 86th in scoring offense, 104th in passing defense, 129th in rushing defense, and 117th in scoring defense. Mind you, this is out of 100 and I think 35 schools, so pretty terrible. But if you're ready, we can get into the schedule.
Let's get it, man. That's terrible.
First game of the season at Southern Miss, and I ain't gonna lie, I have it as a win. But
okay. You thought,
man, I was thinking about it a little bit. I was like, man, Charles Huff. I mean, the Sun Belt, it don't compare to the SEC, but he won the Sun Belt championship with a lot of these players now. This ain't the same old Southern Miss, but I gave a win to Mississippi State.
I got a win too.
Next game, Arizona State at home, loss.
Same, loss.
Next game, Alcorn State, win.
Win.
All right, so we got a question right here.
Okay, we here.
How good is Northern Illinois? Northern Illinois is a decent MAC school. They were good a couple years ago. They won the MAC championship with Rocky Lombardi. Northern Illinois did beat Notre Dame last season. So they have the ability to upset you. And he asked that question because the next game is Northern Illinois. But I do have Mississippi State winning that game. I do think Notre Dame just had one of them off games, just like Ole Miss, Kentucky. And they let a team hang around, and they ended up losing. Like Notre Dame, that game didn't defy Notre Dame. That was just more so upsets in college football. So I do have Mississippi State being Northern Illinois.
Same.
All right, and then he said, "Isn't Southern Miss scary sometimes?" Yeah, 2 games for State. Nah, so Southern Mississippi actually has been pretty bad these past couple of years. But Charles Huff comes over, brings basically all of his Marshall players with him, so that's why they might be decent. And spoiler alert, they are one of my 10 teams to look out for in the Group of 5 conference, which will be tomorrow. Shout out to you, Jack Burton. Thanks for watching and asking questions. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the show. Next, we have Tennessee at home. I have as a loss. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I'm not even about to do all that. They lose out. They lose to Tennessee at home, at Texas A&M, at Florida, at home against Texas, at Arkansas, at home against Georgia, on the road against Mizzou, and Ole Miss. They are all L's in my opinion.
Same.
So they go 3-9 and 0-8 yet again. Jeff Lebby gets fired after this. It's no way you go winless in the SEC 2 years and they keep you. I think Lebby is gone.
Yeah, 3-9.
And I think he only signed a 3-year contract too, so they will only burn 1 year. Yeah,
1 year.
Yeah, they'll buy him out in a heartbeat if he goes winless in the SEC.
I mean, it's an upgrade from last year, but
is it really?
I mean, it's 2-10.
Is it really though?
But like I said, last year was the worst record in 36 years. That's it's not good.
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry, Jeff. I watched the Any Given Saturday doc, and I like your personality. You cool guy, but I don't know if this might have been too tall of a task.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.